Giles and Vanetta here for another episode of That Morrison Life.
Hello.
So, today we're going to be talking about our 5 weeks that we spent in Shanghai, China.
Yes.
So I was out there for a business trip, and Vanetta had the great pleasure, I think, of joining me out there for the 5 weeks. So obviously, I'm going to be busy most of the time during the daytime, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But, of course, my time outside of work is my own.
Yes.
So it kind of did double up as a holiday. So overall, how did you find it, V?
I had a really good time. First time to China. Very different experiences, very different culture, very different cuisine to what I'm used to. Not at all like the Chinese food that I'm used to from the UK or Germany. So it was really good. Met some really great people as well. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, for me the same. Like just having the opportunity to be in a foreign country, to learn more about someone else's culture, and everything that encompasses culture, food, art, literature. Well, I wasn't doing much reading of Mandarin, to be honest. It's ridiculously hard language to learn. And there was a moment actually in preparation to go out there where I spent approximately 2.5 minutes learning it on this app. What's it called? Some app anyway to learn. It's not Boohoo. Boohoo is for buying some other clothes. Yeah. Right, so not Boohoo. But anyway, some app that I was using to learn the language, and boy, 2.5 minutes was enough for me to know that Mandarin is a language that I will appreciate but simply never learn. So I did learn a couple of words.
Ni hao.
Yeah. And how we can forget anything else? There's nothing else that we learned.
Sure, I remember.
What about thank you?
谢谢.
谢谢. 谢谢.
Yeah.
谢谢. 谢谢.
Yeah.
So, Shanghai, wonderful experience to be out there. The main things that we want to highlight about our experiences, I think, fall under a couple of key categories. So, food, entertainment, hotels that we got to stay in, which is pretty cool as well, and obviously the people. So, beginning with food then, V, what was the highlight for you from food perspective?
So, like I said, to begin with, Chinese food in China is very different to Chinese food in the UK or Germany or America or wherever else I've ever tasted it in my life. And it's so much better. Absolutely amazing. You can get things other than frog and cat. And I don't think I ever saw cat on the menu.
I don't think cat was on the menu.
Ever.
It does not mean that cat is not eaten there,
Exactly.
but it wasn't on the menu for us at least.
The food was absolutely amazing. So many different cuisines. There's at least 9 main different cuisines in China that we got to try off. So, for example, food from the Hunan province, food from the Sichuan province, and then I'm beginning to run out of.
There's
exactly. There's so many.
Exactly,
but all the food was absolutely amazing. My highlight would be lamb. Obviously, for those who know me, know that lamb is my favourite meat in the world. And we went to a place in our last week of being there, and we only went there once. And it specialised in lamb, in different types of lamb, both boiled and grilled. And I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
What's your highlight?
Has to be Red Cloud. So Red Cloud is a restaurant, quite a large restaurant that's part of the Crystal Galleria restaurant chains, and for sure that was the best eating experience for me when they bring out this massive hot pot. So I remember us the first time we went there, because we went there on 2 occasions. And the first time we went there, it was just Vanetta and I, and then 2 of my work colleagues, and we got there and we said we're going to get this hot pot. For okay, that's nice. We saw the hot pot come out in this beautiful dish, and it was absolutely delicious. Very simple cooking, like it's basically a very spicy stew with potatoes, chicken, tomatoes, but the simplicity of it plus the presentation was what won me over. Just super, super tasty food, wholesome food. So that's a recipe I would love to perfect. I haven't got a pot like that though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out where we can get that.
Yeah, but that was the main thing. But I think food overall was quite cool. You know, obviously they love pork in China. I don't know exactly off the top of my head the statistics for this, but for sure it feels like half of all the meat protein that they eat out there is pork.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of pigs.
Yeah.
And they know how to cook it very, very well, I must say. And noodles or rice is a tough choice to decide between the two. For me, I would rather a rice dish, but I do like my noodles. But noodle soup, we had noodle soup a few times, but I don't think noodle soup was doing much for me.
Yeah, not quite. No. Me neither. And I don't think we ever found a place that did fried noodles properly.
Yeah, you don't really. It's not that you don't get it in China. Of course you do, but it doesn't seem to be a common thing.
At least where we usually in soup or in a sauce or wet.
Yeah. In Shanghai, we didn't really find fried noodles. Yeah. Fried rice, yes, that's quite easy to find, but not really the fried noodles. Yeah. Anything else that stood out for you?
I mean, just the variety and again the reasonable prices of food. So similar to Thailand. Even Crystal Galleria, which is a shopping centre in effect. So it's like you go into your local Westfield. Yeah, you go into your equivalent of Westfield, and at the bottom in the basement they've got their food courts, and the food is so much cheaper than it would be in the UK or anywhere else in Europe. But it was also very tasty. So we had quite a lot of skewers with chicken gizzard, which I love, which were seasoned to perfection. Just like the food was just simple, and most of the food experiences that we had were exceptionally good. Yeah.
I really liked the Shaolin Bao. I think that was a favourite food as well.
Actually, that needs to be featured. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Shaolin Bao. They're very simple dumplings. It's not something I've ever made because it's not actually very simple to make.
Exactly, it's not.
But they are a simple eating experience. You just have that little bit of vinegar, and then if it's not too hot, you can have the soup that's with the dumpling inside it, which is quite clever. Yeah, but very, very tasty. There's loads of places you can get Shaolin Bao from if you know where you're looking. Yeah. So that was also really good. I think I really liked Cantonese food in general. That sort of very common, barbecue pork flavour with plain rice and some greens. Even just that really simple, clean but tasty food. So,
Whereas I think I was veering more towards Hunan and northern provinces because they're more chili and also lamb as well. Yeah.
So yeah, food, really, really
thumbs up. Both thumbs up, definitely. Right, moving on to entertainment.
So obviously, just like in any city, there are bars that you can go to. Obviously, we've talked about restaurants that you can go to, but particularly we want to highlight the big entertainment experiences that we had. Yeah. So part of that, I suppose, is tying a little bit with some of the touristy things we could do. Yeah. So we went up. What's it called? The Shanghai World Financial Center. Yes. So that was a really cool experience. A bit nerve-wracking because we don't like heights at all. And we were very, very, very high. Yeah. Like very, very, very high. And there's moments on the walkway in the building when you get to the 100th floor. Yeah, 100th floor. Where actually it's completely see-through the floor. So I didn't want to step on it, even though I'm seeing other people step clearly over it, but still, it's like... Yeah. It's such an interesting psychology because you know that because other people are there and other people have been there, the floor is supposed to be stable and hold you. But when you are looking at something that is transparent, 100 feet up, you just, feel a bit queasy. She means thousands of feet up. Yeah. But you just feel a bit queasy. So. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. Logic just goes out the window one time. So that was really cool. And just being able to get there. My feet was burning me though. Yeah. Some serious walking. It did take us quite a bit to get there. But it was a nice little adventure getting there. Not so much when we went through, what was that stupid tunnel thing? Oh, the Bund. Save yourself the money, really. What was it called? What did they call the experience? The Bund Experience Tunnel. The Bund Experience Tunnel. Yeah. It was an insult. Save yourself the money. An insult to tunnels. An insult to the Bund. An insult to the Chinese even. The place was pathetic. Yeah. Just like some sort of monorail experience and you're you're going and there's some lights that clearly were not working properly, and some sort of stuff hanging from the walls that clearly some of them was missing, and then some random voiceover to suggest that now you're in a volcano and now you're seeing some night sky and whatever. It was just absolutely rubbish. I was not happy because didn't it cost like the equivalent of €10 per person?
Yeah.
Just to basically go under the river or well, through the river, but through a tunnel. Like, it was absolute waste of time.
I mean, I feel like I can't be mad at that because coming from a country that charges you an arm and a leg for any sort of transport, UK, I'm talking about, I just felt like, well, at least we made it to the other side of the river and can do what we need to do.
No, I was vexed.
It was definitely vexed. Not worth
it. Hurt my soul. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
But being able to get out and about is really good around Shanghai because of the transport system that they have, the subway.
Yeah.
So being able to engage with entertainment would be quite easy. But obviously there's taxis, and taxis are quite reasonable actually. Yeah. Easily you could like drive around for about half an hour, few euros, 5 to 10 euros, depends on the distance. To be fair, not just the time. But it was quite reasonable. It's the destinations that you can get to. So I think the first place we went to that was a real standout moment was Secret Cinema, Casino Royale.
Yes.
How was that for you, V?
So Secret Cinema is a UK concept. It's actually been exported from the UK to Shanghai. I think that's the only other country and city in the world that runs Secret Cinema, as far as I understand. And the context around that was I wanted to go to Secret Cinema experience in the UK with Giles. I wanted to take him for one of his birthdays or whatever because I knew he'd had Secret Cinema experiences before, absolutely loved them, always talked about it. And I thought Casino Royale would be great. But for some reason, timing never worked out, or whenever the money was there, the time wasn't there or whatever, didn't work out, and Casino Royale left the UK and was replaced by Stranger Things. And I just thought, oh, okay, whatever. Didn't think about it. Obviously, then we came to Germany. So when we got to Shanghai and saw that Secret Cinema was running in Shanghai with Casino Royale, I was beyond excited. I was beyond excited. I
saw those posters in the subway as we were going from, what was it, People's Square? People's Square, yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw it like, that is definitely on the bucket list, and it's going to get ticked off whilst we're out here in Shanghai. So overall, I think it was a really great experience. Yeah. It was a bit pricey.
Yes.
You can spend quite a bit of money doing Secret Cinema sometimes.
I think VIP wasn't necessary.
Yeah, it's tricky because VIP, you definitely have better seats when you're having VIP, and the experience, which obviously we couldn't sadly show you any pictures of it because they put your phone away, which was quite frustrating. But you know, the actual cinematic experience, you know, massive theatre, this huge regular cinema screen, I would say, but there's things going on around it. Was perfectly harmonious with what's on screen. So you might see the moment where Bond is walking across the screen and he turns and shoots at the camera, and there's an actor that did actually look surprisingly a lot like Daniel Craig in his youth.
Distance.
Not the wrinkled up version of Daniel Craig now.
Leave him.
Listen, the crevices in his face.
From a distance.
Anyway,
Daniel Craig from a distance.
He will walk and then do the spin round, and you know, and they're all lip syncing as well.
Yes. Which,
if you're close up, you can see them moving their mouth. If you're in the distance, all you're seeing is just a head bopping around. But actually, you can see them lip syncing to the film. Most of the time, the costumes kind of matched. There's a few hit and miss points with some of the actors. Like the one that was playing Judi Dench did not look like Judi Dench at all. Maybe if you look at her with your eyes closed, right, and then poke one eye with your thumb, then maybe you might see Judi. She look nothing like Judi Dench, what? Because she's a white woman with white hair.
They tried. I mean, how many options have they got in China?
I don't know.
In Shanghai.
Clearly that woman was shipped over from the UK to play that part. Exactly. They could have shipped some other woman over. But yeah, it was great. So when you get in, you know, there's they look sort of like, well, how would I call them? They're these sort of like tubes of cement. I don't know what these technical terms. I'm not a builder by trade, but I know they had these, and then they had the lights in the back, and inside they have a sort of spiral going on so that it looks very, very, very reminiscent of what James Bond would be standing in front of when he does that very characteristic pose, shooting at the camera, and the blood or where the red stuff just falls down. Yeah, like, so that was cool, taking some pictures around then. Then you go inside and you have a sort of debriefing of what you're supposed to face. And they were suggesting that, you know, we are secret agents who have to go and find various characters from the actual film. Yeah. And then you step into the place and you're now in the Bahamas. And there's a band playing and there's drinks that you can get. And it was very immersive.
They did really, really well. And we don't want to spoil it for you / give too much away. But they did really, really well with the immersive experience. And I mean, hands down, it's my favourite Bond film. Maybe I will get shot by some Bond lovers, but it has always been my favourite Bond film, and so I really enjoyed the experience.
That was good for me. Yeah. I prefer the one where the guy's got the teeth, the thing where him just move him jaw. Which one is that?
With Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
So you've got Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace.
Not Quantum of Solace. That film was dead. Oh, Spectre. The way it was.
Spectre.
Was it Spectre?
Or there's another one that started with S as well. That was straight after Spectre, or straight before, or directly before.
Too many Spectre films.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, secret cinema, great experience.
But a bit expensive. So.
Next up, then, has to be the standout moment, Shanghai Disneyland.
Yeah, and there's a whole video on that. That was hands down our favorite day in Shanghai. Our favourite time, it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. And we feel very blessed and fortunate that we had the opportunity to enjoy that and appreciate that. Yeah. And it was cheaper than Secret Cinema.
It was a lot cheaper than Secret Cinema. Secret Cinema as an experience is about 4 or 5 hours? No, maybe about 5 to 6 hours actually. It was a bit, but Disneyland, we were there for what?
13 hours.
13 hours because we were there early in the morning. That's the video, highlights there for very early in the morning, but it was a great experience. Well deserved trip. So good. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, when it comes to sightseeing, unfortunately there's not a lot that we can report back. We heard that there's loads to see in Shanghai. We just never got the opportunity to really test it out. Whenever I wanted to do it on my own, I either wasn't well or it was raining. So I just kind of left it, and then at the weekends we did other stuff, so
yeah.
But so I would want to, if I'm around that area, I'd definitely go back to do some sightseeing because I do love doing sightseeing.
Yeah, but one of the big things that did occupy our time if we weren't able to do sightseeing was actually spending quality time with people.
Yes.
And so there's a number of my work colleagues that we managed to go out to dinner with, or just to hang out, play cards sometimes, play some games, just tell stories and get to know each other better. Yeah. And I think that's probably even greater for me than even going to Shanghai, was spending some quality time with some really good people. Yeah. And forming some lifelong friendships. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to heading back to Shanghai. Don't know when just yet, but
it was a good
great
time.
Experience.
Really good time. Yeah. And then one other thing that we wanted to talk about was our hotel experiences.
Oh yes. Yeah. So obviously it's a business trip, so I have expenses covered for me, and part of that was the hotels. Oh man, you gotta love business trips. So we managed to stay at 3 different hotels whilst out there
over the 5 weeks.
So the Swiss Hotel, Swiss Hotel Grand,
Grand Shanghai,
as well the Marriott, but that was a bit further afield. And we also stayed at the Paramount
Gallery Hotel.
Paramount Gallery, yeah. For sure, it's a toss-up between the Swiss Hotel or the Marriott. Yeah. Absolutely stunning places. You enter these hotels and it always feels like a great experience, particularly with the Swiss Hotel. It's, as the name suggests, it's a really, really grand place to get to. How did you find it, Vee?
I think I'm still a bit torn because technically the Marriott had much more space in the rooms, and the kind of the way they divided the bathroom and the bedrooms I found quite cool. So they had moving dividers between the bathroom and the bedroom. But the Swiss Hotel somehow does it for me.
Well, it's definitely location based.
Because
the Marriott was close to Disneyland
mm-hmm.
and literally nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, out there might as well have been a desert.
Mm.
You know, it really was boring.
Mm-hmm.
But at the Swiss Hotel, right opposite is the Crystal Galleria.
Yeah.
And a number of other shopping malls that are nearby, you know, bars, restaurants, clubs, you know,
mm-hmm.
there's things to do
yeah.
all the time. It's
yeah.
always kind of buzzing. Even just having a, 7-Eleven?
No,
Family Mart.
Family Mart.
Out there.
Yeah.
There are 7-Elevens, but these are mainly Family Marts,
mm-hmm.
literally across the road from the hotel.
Yeah.
So the convenience perspective was great,
mm-hmm.
you know, and I didn't actually get to partake in the sauna, but they had some good facilities at the Swiss Hotel.
Mm.
The rooms were very beautiful,
yeah.
spacious, comfortable. The service was great as well.
Mm-hmm.
So really, really cool places.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll be able to go back there again
mm-hmm.
because
not on our own budget.
Yeah, that's not
at the moment
regular budget prices
yeah.
for that sort of place. But it was wonderful for us to share
yeah.
that experience together.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so Shanghai, we love you.
Yes.
We'd love to come back.
Yes.
It was a real pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave a comment below and hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.